Scorpio Sun and Rising. Welcome to your December 2023 Astro Update. It's Rena here. December is actually quite active. I didn't think it was going to be until I started compiling the list, and then I forgot about some of the retrogrades that are happening and going direct, planets going direct, and then that made it a lot longer of a list. So let's get right into it. So, as you probably know, every December as we enter a new month, the sun is in Sagittarius. It's Sagittarius season. And in one of my prior videos, I was noting how some of these holidays correspond with the sun sign that is happening at the time of that holiday. And I mentioned Halloween, Scorpionic. That's absolutely perfect for Scorpio. And although Christmas is on the 25th and you have Christmas Eve on the 24th, and this is during Capricorn, the actual holiday season for the most part is in Sagittarius. And then in the United States, the holiday season officially kicks off on Thanksgiving. And that this year, it's going to be on the 23rd. I'm recording this video in the first week of November, and Thanksgiving is going to be on the 23rd. So we have a whole month before even Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I would say that even non-religious people I don't know that they really party it up on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That's kind of reserved for the weeks in between. So anyway, where was I going with that? Well, what I was trying to say is that this is Sag season because the sun is going to be here until the 21st. So for you, this is your second house of earned income, and so that can make the money situation improved. If you're one of those people that kind of has a tendency to live paycheck to paycheck, you might have a little bit extra in December. Of course, it is the holiday season and people get bonuses. They might get early Christmas gifts. But still, if you review Scorpio, you might see that there is this pattern where it's a particularly good time for you to attract and make money. And so Mercury goes into the third house on the very first of the month at the same time that, we have had the sun in the second house of earned income in Sagittarius, plus Mercury has been there since sometime in November. So maybe you were thinking about ways to make money, and with Mercury in the third house, this could revolve around, trying to come up with ideas connected to some kind of teaching. And this could simply be that you are in communication, maybe with a school system or multiple school systems about next semester. Because since this is December, chances are they're getting ready for a holiday break. So if you're one of those Scorpios who is in the educational field, you may be talking to an elementary school. The third house can be the lower grades, maybe high school. Or you're tutoring, learning some skill. And if you're learning a skill, you may have already been kind of brainstorming about how you're going to make more money. So because you had eclipses in your sign for the last couple of years, plus your opposite sign, and some people some Scorpios may have gotten divorced. This last eclipse was a lunar eclipse in Taurus in your seventh house of committed partnership. So you may have to be supporting yourself if you were in a marriage or the equivalent, and now you have to pay all the bills on your own, and you're like, okay, I have to scramble. I have to find something. so I can do this, so I can actually do this. So you do have this activity in the second and third houses. And then on the fourth, Venus goes into your sign, Scorpio. So that's always nice because Venus is the attractor. Venus rules 2 houses in astrology. The second, under the sign of Taurus, of earned income, and then the 7th house of committed partnership in the sign of Libra. So Venus can give you that charm that is bestowed upon Libra and Taurus individuals, but also this could be magnetic. So maybe you will be a money magnet in some way. This could make you attractive to others. I mean, when we talk about magnetism, it's attraction. But it's people just automatically think about looks. Well, there could be something with looks because this is going to be your first house and this is the house of the body. You may be like, hey, I want to get a new hairstyle, or I want to, buy some new clothes. But just something about you is very appealing to other people. On the 6th, Neptune turns direct at 24 degrees, 53 minutes of Pisces, almost 25 degrees of Pisces. And this is a fellow water sign, and it's in your 5th house. So ever since 2012, and this will vary from Scorpio individual to Scorpio individual because of your specific chart, but we'll just say in general, I think it was 2012 when Neptune entered Pisces, and this was the 5th house for you. Now, that's a friendly angle called the trine, actually the friendliest angle. And so it has that positive energy flow, but it's still Neptune. So this is the house of love and creativity. And there could be something in the past dozen years, or well, almost a dozen years, where maybe if you have been single, Scorpio, you have been dealing with deceptive dates. This is not the house of relationship. This is the house of love itself, but also casual. I was going to say casual sex, but actually I meant casual dating, where you're not really necessarily serious, but it could be falling in love. There may have been some disillusionment in the past few months with something concerning love. Yeah, I mean, this could pertain to anybody who is in a committed partnership because this is love itself. And maybe you've always had this certain these certain feelings for a certain person, and they have been challenged. And so you've had to deal with disillusionment. But by the way, it's possible to be disillusioned by somebody else's behavior. Let's say somebody has cheated on you, which is the worst nightmare of a Scorpio person because you are terrified of betrayal. But let's say that somebody did do that to you. You may go through different stages. The first stage where you're just absolutely disgusted by it. You want nothing to do with that person, and you just have such, you're just so disgusted that it even happened in the first place. And then you start to kind of soften maybe, and you become less adamant that it's over with, and you might kind of like have a little bit of give, where you think to yourself, yeah, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to be with that person again if you kind of left that relationship. So Neptune, when Neptune goes direct, this will allow you to be more idealistic about love again. And so that can be part of the healing process. We need to go through the process of dealing with the truth of something, but then we go back to those good feelings that we have. And I'm not talking about a particular person, but just about love itself. Like, how some people, they just get so embittered that they just like, write off any future relationships. And I think that is pretty extreme. And also, if you are artistic, this could be the person who is maybe you went through a rough patch where you weren't creating, and now you're more in that mode. I really think of creativity as channeling the divine. And sometimes when people have blockages, there might be other things going on in their life, but then they can regain that flow state. On the 12th, we have a new moon at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. Again, this is going to be in that second house of earned income, Scorpio. So you may have new opportunities for making money. On the 13th, Mercury goes retrograde at 8 degrees of Capricorn in the third house. So rethinking something, it will go back into Sagittarius on the 23rd of the month, Mercury. So it's going to dip back into that second house. So something about making money. The third house can be the internet. So that may have been one of the ideas that you've had to make money. And then you're kind of like rethinking all of these things. If your money situation towards the end of December seems to kind of, pause a little bit, Mercury's going direct on New Year's Day, so do not fret. Mercury is very quick to move into a different sign as well. But it will go direct on New Year's Day, so that's nice. On the 21st, we have the winter solstice. This is, this year it's going to be on the 21st, and it's going to be, that's when the sun goes into Capricorn. Obviously, if you're in Australia and New Zealand, etc., down under, you're going to have a summer solstice. And you're going to have it, the people in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going to have it on the 22nd. For those of us in North America, it will be on the 21st. And this is a power period, needless to say. This is the sun going into your third house. On the 26th, we have a full moon at almost 5 degrees of Cancer, another water sign, but in the opposite direction. This will be in your 9th house, Scorpio. This is the house of Sagittarius in astrology. It's a house of expansion. Expansion geographically, maybe long distance travel. But this is a full moon, so if that's the case, you might be ending a trip. It's possible that if you've been trying to manifest a trip, that this is finally when it's going to all gel. So yeah, there's a possibility for that. And this can be like some kind of philosophical aha moment. The 9th house is the God house and your philosophical construct of life, and the full moon can bring a download where you kind of like decide on what the meaning of life is for you. On the 30th, Jupiter goes direct at 5 degrees of Taurus. This was the same degree as the lunar eclipse back at the end of October that I was referencing before. So you also have Jupiter and Uranus transiting through the sign of Taurus in that 7th house of committed partnership. And there's going to be something maybe that you felt was lost at the time of the eclipse around the end of October that is now coming back for you to be able to take advantage of, because they're both at 5 degrees. So what could that possibly be? Maybe it's partnership of some sort. Maybe, there was the potential for joining forces with somebody else as a business. But anyway, Jupiter direct in the 7th can be great for relationship issues, legal matters, public relations. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, because of this is the time when I'm recording this, that is the time when most Scorpio sun signs, and even if you want to look at the ascendant, this is the time when you're having a new cycle. And I do have a double reading that is a package deal. So it's a reduced price from the individual prices for those readings. An hour of natal chart analysis, an hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months for a special price. It's called Deep Dive, astrology based. That reading plus a full-length tarot reading is also a package deal called The Whole Enchilada. And I have standalone readings as well. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RenaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for listening. Bye.